Hey guys, this is Mythic Guarm with Omniscience. I've done this like 1,000 times because I just want to get it shortened to the point. So I'm going to try and explain. So I have a few things marked off in this video. The first thing is the first set of volatile foams. Volatile foams is the added Mythic mechanic. Basically what it is it's debuffs, Shadow, Fire, and Frost, just like the breath, that when they tick down, they give you the color of the breath. So say if you have a Shadow Volatile Foam, it will actually give you the Shadow Breath debuff. Now in the first set, I didn't even attempt to call it out because it really doesn't matter. But like on the second set of Volatile Foams, when everyone has a debuff, if say you have a Fire Breath, and here's the ranged example. So both these melee, I think it's Enhanced Shaman and a Ret Pally, have the fire debuff, and all the melee in this group have Frost Breath. So what they want to do is they want to immediately run out all the way, get dispelled by this fire mark, because all the fire people should be around red, get dispelled, and then they're good. They run back in, and two people, in this case the Holy Pally and this Ellie Shaman, have the fire debuff now. Once it ticks down, oh well, that's enhanced, sorry. The Holy Pally has the Fire Breath debuff. Once these tick down, nothing will happen. It'll just be like a normal day. But say this Enhanced Shaman kept the debuff and let it tick all the way down, it would actually kill him, because it would try to give him the Fire Breath debuff, and fire and water doesn't mix, so it would just kill him. So he has to get dispelled. I don't know who he gets dispelled by, but I'm sure he comes over here soon enough. Yeah, he just got dispelled by the Warlock. So just make sure you're doing that and running out with a debuff. It's really easy. I have a really good example coming up around the 3-minute mark that I'll make sure to show you. But that's that. Melee, we talked about this last week, the Roaring Leap. Basically, you just need to be stacked for it. It's much easier in Mythic because we have so many melee and we're not going to have as many ranged, and they are going to have a lot more room to spread out. So so here's another POV. I don't know what the fuck this is. Rest of Druid. But yeah, so we're going to be solo taking this. So healers, I'm going to list all of the things that you have to worry about. So first of all is dispels. I'm going to give you each a group to dispel. If your group doesn't have to dispel, then you go help the people with 2 dispels in the group. It's very easy. You call out, the people call out when they need to be dispelled. You can see right here on their angry assignments notes, they have before, after, before. That's before the breath, they're going to dispel. Before the breath, they're going to dispel. After the breath, they're going to dispel. So they're timing that up. I'll have that written down for us as well. It's pretty easy though. Just make sure you listen for dispel callouts. Make sure everyone is communicating. And then the other things you have to worry about are the licks. The licks are exact same. So the shadow one absorbs healing. The fire one does a fuck ton of damage, and the frost one stuns, and you have to dispel it. So that's actually going to be the 4th dispel. There's only 3 dispels of the volatile foam. So if someone gets frost lick, then that's what the 4th group person needs to dispel. But yeah, so that's a pretty easy deal. The licks and all. The hardest lick is definitely the flame lick. It does a lot of damage. I just saw that all of Guarm timers are actually accurate. They don't have the timer for the licks, so we will have the timer for the licks. It'll make it fucking easy because you'll know exactly when the licks are come out and when to focus a person. But besides the breath, there is no raid damage at all. Like, you can see the breath, they'll top everyone off, and then they just worry about the tanks. There's nothing else to worry about besides the tanks and the fire breath. Okay, so here's my example. So the Demon Hunter and the Feral Druid are going to get the fire debuff, right? Well, I guess it's after this breath. So we'll wait. That Shadow Priest is bad. Okay, so he gets the fire debuff. I actually love this say. I don't know how they... I guess it's a weak aura. But they say X, 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 and they run to X, get dispelled. They probably call out for it in voice. Call out for dispel. They dispel on the Shadow Priest and the Holy Paladin, I believe, and then they go back in. It's as easy as that. This is the best example I can have. Look, that Feral Druid. But yeah, that's it. All the melee have the frost, so if they get anything other than frost, they have to run out. So, and then the ranged are the same thing. So you have shadow and fire. So if you get anything besides shadow and fire, you're gonna run into the melee. So But if you have the Shadow Breath debuff and you get a Fire debuff, you just run to the right to where your range is standing. Pretty easy. So I'm going to back up just a second and talk a little bit more. So the ultimate things, this is the summary of this fight. Call out for dispels and dispel on the right groups. This is how we will be set up. We'll have the frost debuffs in the melee group, the fire debuffs on the right, and the shadow debuffs on the left. And that's how we'll set that up. Healers, focus on dispelling as quickly as possible. Focus on healing the targets that need healing. So the shadow lick and the fire lick and the main tank. It's going to be Shug. He's going to need a lot of healing. It's just how this fight is so much easier if you want to tank it. So make sure you do that. And then the rest is really just paying attention to the debuffs, making sure you don't fuck up the breath, and making sure you are paying attention to your debuff. And as soon as you get volatile foam, you walk out, get dispelled, or you wait until after the breath and get dispelled. Like I said, I'll have that written out in ERT, and I'll also have all the healing cooldowns written out as well. So thanks, that's all I have to say, and if you have any questions, hit me up. Thanks.